Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're all having a good day today. For this little stream here, I'm going to be doing a little tier list video on some of the Gotrek and Felix books. Now, most of these ones I've actually read before, read and listened to. So a few of them I haven't read yet, but the ones I have, I'm going to give my thoughts on them and where they list on my little ranking here. So let's get started. Give the first one here. First one here, we got Troll Slayer. Now this one here, it's the start of the series, when I was told, and I very much enjoyed it. I listened to the audiobook, and that got me to purchase the first omnibus, which had the first 3 stories in it, and I very much enjoyed it. Given I usually only heard about Warhammer 40K and not really much Warhammer fantasy books, but I did enjoy the lore. And then I found out about these guys. So I said, all right, let me get a little read. And I listened, and I very much enjoyed it. So on my list here, I would give it a must read, given it is the first in the series. And if you want to get a good handle of the characters, of how their banter is, and how the old world books, I would say Troll Slayer is a good pick for our first read. Now, here we go. We have Skaven Slayer. Now, this one was nice. I enjoyed this one a lot. Given each chapter was a different Skaven clan and how they all operated. That was a very, very good one. I very much enjoyed this read as well. Now to give this one a I give it an awesome read, a must read too. Especially if you enjoy the Skaven. They're the main force in the book, so I would say you could read Skaven Slayer for that. Then we got Demon Slayer. This one was a good listen to. I think this was the one that introduced Max and Ulrika. Maybe that was the next one, but either or. This one was a good read as well. But it wasn't as, I don't really much enjoyed it as that first two, but it's a very good read. Now we have Dragon Slayer. Now this one was a good read because it had more dwarven Slayer characters in it and some more part of the world that we haven't seen yet. And this is also the one where I think this is the one. No, I think it was in Troll Slayer that Felix got his sword from, I believe. I think so. I think it was in Troll Slayer. But overall, I had to give this one a awesome read. Now we got Beast Slayer. Actually, no, let's go to good read too. Now we got Beast Slayer. This one was a good read as well. It was a bit slacking on the demons part, but this is a good read. I did enjoy the descriptions and where they were because they were in Prague. They were in Prague for this one. But I would give this one. I would just want an okay rating. Vampire Slayer. Oh, that's a definite. This is a definite. It's not an awesome read, But I'll give it my first amazing read because I did enjoy this one for the vampire lore and all the stuff about Nagash that we learned in this book. And that was a pretty good one because that was a different part of the world we haven't seen yet. I would give that one an awesome read. Giant Slayer. I would say this would also give an awesome read because I enjoyed the lore of the old ones that was inside this book and the whole wackiness of it all. Now these next two, Orc Slayer and Manslayer, they were okay reads, but I didn't really enjoy them as much. So I put them in meh. Elf Slayer, I'll give it a good read. There we go. And Shaman Slayer and Zombie, Zombie and Shaman Slayer, I would guess they go hand in hand because they kind of one ends and the other one continues right after. So I would give these two are both good reads. Now I think this is Roll the Skulls. Okay. Now these ones here, I haven't read some of these ones yet because the audiobooks haven't been inside them. We go. Okay, here we go. Kingslayer. Kinslayer. I guess given is not the same author because William King was the first guy who did it, and then he stopped after Orc or Giant Slayer, I believe. So the new guy he is in charge. He did a pretty good job, but I would say in this book he did. It was a good read, but not as good as the earlier ones. Now these ones here, I'll put them all in here because I haven't read them yet. So that's these all Ada Sigmar. These all go in here. Okay, that's my list there. But let me see if I want to change anything. Let me see. Let me go to Final Rally. Orc Slayer. Skaven Slayer at the top. Yep. Giant Slayer and Vampire Slayer. Awesome reads. Yep. Oak Slayer, I enjoyed that one because of the Elven War bits. So, actually, I'm going to change these. I'll put Elf Slayer on awesome read. And which one? I'm going to say Shaman Slayer for there as well because I did enjoy it. Now for the bottom tier, I say in the top of the list, I would say. Yeah, that's a good, accurate way to put it. Dragon Slayer was fine. Zombie Slayer was a continuation of where Shaman Slayer ended off. And then you got Kinslayer it was like a book, but I really enjoyed how they kind of felt a little rushed and messy. How the author killed off some of the main characters in that book. But at least you learned why Gotrek was a Slayer, so that was interesting to know because the entire series, I'm like, all right, we know Gotrek is a Slayer, and we know what Slayers are, so what did he do, or what happened to him that he had to be a Slayer? And then we finally learned that out in Kinslayer. That was interesting to know. Okay, we got Beast Slayer and Demon Slayer. I gotta put them there. Orcslayer and Manslayer were fine because Manslayer, it felt more like a in between. It felt more like filler to me than anything else. So like, all right, what's the point of this book? Like, I could be reading something else that's way better. Like I'll go back and watch one of the older books than listen to like Manslayer again. Or the other ones here. That's Road of Skull, Serpent Queen, City of the Dam, and they have Slayer, and then the last book. So these three here, these four, are the ones that I would want to read. And the rest of them are Age of Sigmar. So I'm not really interested in the Sigmar era of fantasy. I'm more interested in the old world factions and war. But overall, that's my list here. I would say if you're a fan of Warhammer Fantasy Old World and you haven't dipped your toe in how the series is, I would highly recommend this series. Troll Slayer and Skaven Slayer are both great books to get yourself a little dip in the toe of how the world is and the banter between Gotrek and Felix and how they operate as characters. I very much enjoyed it, and I'm very interested to see how this series ends because I haven't reached Slayer yet. Because the last one I finished was Kinslayer, so I need to read or listen to the last three, I think. Road of Skulls and City of the Dam and Slayer would be available on audiobook. The only one that I wouldn't be able to find is Serpent Queen. So I could probably look online for a PDF file, the PDF version of that book if I can, or order it over Amazon. But overall, that's my list here on the Gotrek and Felix novels. So that's about it there. Until my next video, have a nice one.